What if I told you that right now, in this very moment, there is another version of you, living a different reality, making different choices, and possibly even trying to communicate with you? Sounds crazy. Or maybe, just maybe, you've felt it. Have you ever experienced déjà vu so intense that it felt like a message from another timeline? Have you ever had a sudden shift in emotions that felt foreign, like a thought or feeling that wasn't entirely your own? Have you ever received a gut instinct so powerful that it seemed like guidance from something beyond yourself? These aren't just coincidences. They could be signs that a parallel version of you is trying to send you a message. And once you understand how this works, you'll never ignore these signs again. In this video, we're diving deep into the mysterious world of parallel realities, quantum entanglement, and interdimensional messages. By the end, you'll know exactly how to recognize these signs, and even how to respond. If you've ever felt like you were being guided by something unseen, this video is for you. Drop a comment below if you've ever had a moment where reality itself felt like it was glitching. And don't forget to hit that like button if you're ready to unlock your mind to these powerful insights. Now let's get into it. Here are the undeniable signs that your parallel self is trying to communicate with you. Are you receiving messages from a parallel version of you? Before we dive into the signs, let's first break down what's actually happening. Quantum physics suggests that we live in a multiverse, meaning infinite versions of you exist simultaneously, each one making different choices, leading different lives, and experiencing different realities. Some versions of you may be thriving, having already unlocked knowledge and success that you haven't yet. Others may have figured out the very thing you are struggling with right now. But here's where it gets mind-blowing. Sometimes, these versions of you try to send you messages. Your consciousness isn't limited to just one timeline. It's constantly shifting and aligning with different versions of reality. That's why, every now and then, you might receive a thought, an intuition, a dream, or even a strange event that feels like it came from somewhere beyond this current reality. So how do you know if this is happening? Let's dive into the clear signs that your parallel self is trying to reach you. 1. Déjà vu that feels like a warning or guidance. Déjà vu isn't just a weird brain glitch. It's a moment where you align with another version of yourself who has already lived this experience before. Have you ever been in a situation and felt an overwhelming sense of familiarity, like you already knew what was going to happen next? Have you ever predicted someone's words or actions before they even happened? This isn't random. It's a message from a parallel version of yourself who has already experienced this moment and is trying to nudge you in the right direction. What to do? Whenever you experience déjà vu, pause and pay attention. It could be your parallel self saying, "Change your decision now. Go left instead of right. You're on the right path. Keep going." 2. Sudden random thoughts that feel like instructions. Ever had a thought pop into your head out of nowhere that felt like an instruction? Don't trust that person. Take this route home instead. Start that project now. Sometimes these thoughts don't make sense in the moment, but later you realize they were right. This is your parallel self communicating with you, trying to push you toward a better outcome. What to do? When a thought feels unfamiliar but urgent, don't ignore it. Follow the impulse and see where it leads. 3. Glitches in reality, small but unexplainable changes. Ever felt like an object moved from where you last placed it, or remembered a fact, event, or detail differently than everyone else? This is called a reality glitch, and it's a sign that your consciousness has shifted into a slightly different timeline. You may have just jumped realities, possibly influenced by your parallel self guiding you into a better version of your life. What to do? Pay attention to small inconsistencies in your environment. They might be signs that you are shifting closer to the reality your higher self wants you in. 4. Waking up feeling like a different version of yourself. Some mornings, you wake up feeling different. Suddenly, you have more confidence than usual. You feel detached from past problems as if they no longer affect you. You have an idea, realization, or a deep sense of knowing that you didn't have the night before. This could be because your consciousness has synced with a higher version of yourself, one that has already mastered what you are learning. What to do? When you wake up with a strong new feeling, embrace it. Act on the confidence. Follow the new idea. Your parallel self is pushing you forward. 5. Unexplainable urges to change your life path. Ever felt a sudden, strong urge to quit something you used to love? Or a pull toward a completely new path, even if it makes no logical sense? This could mean that another version of you has already made the transition and is now nudging you to do the same. What to do? If you feel an inexplicable calling to do something new, explore it. Your parallel self may be guiding you to a timeline where you're more successful and fulfilled. 6. Vivid dreams that feel like memories. Not all dreams are just your brain playing random images. Some are glimpses into another version of your life. Have you ever woken up from a dream feeling like you actually lived it? Have you ever had a recurring dream where you're a completely different person? These could be direct messages from a parallel version of yourself, showing you what's possible or warning you about a mistake. What to do? Keep a dream journal. If you notice patterns or repeated messages, take them seriously. They could be hints for your next steps. 7. Synchronicities that feel too specific to be random. Sometimes, the universe bombards you with the same signs over and over again. Repeating numbers: 1111, 222, 777. The same song playing in random places. Messages from strangers that perfectly fit your current situation. These are not coincidences. They are signals from your parallel self trying to guide you toward the best version of your life. What to do? When a pattern keeps repeating, pay attention and take action. The universe is trying to show you something important. 8. Feeling like you are on the verge of a major shift. Sometimes, you can just feel it. You are on the brink of something huge. You don't know what, but your soul knows. You feel restless, as if something is about to change. You sense that you're about to enter a new version of your life. You have an inner knowing that your reality is about to shift. This means your parallel self is guiding you toward a breakthrough. Final thoughts. How to use this information to shift your reality. If you resonate with these signs, then your parallel self is already communicating with you. So here's the secret. Don't resist the shift. 1. Trust your instincts. They might not be your own. They could be guidance from a higher version of you. 2. Follow the nudges. Those unexplained urges might be leading you to the timeline you truly belong in. 3. Pay attention to the signs. They are clues left behind to help you navigate into a better reality. The more you listen, the faster your reality will shift into alignment with the highest version of yourself. You're not alone in this. A greater version of you is already waiting. So the real question is, are you ready to listen? Final revelation. You are not alone. Right now, at this very moment, a parallel version of you is thriving. A version of you has already figured it out, already conquered the obstacles, already unlocked the life you desire. And that version, it's trying to guide you. Every time you get an unexplainable thought, every time you experience déjà vu, every time you see repeating numbers, feel a sudden urge to change, or have a dream that feels more real than reality itself. It's a message, a sign, a whisper from another version of you. So the question is, are you paying attention? How to strengthen your connection with your parallel self. Now that you know this, it's time to use it. Here's how you can actively tune into these messages and start shifting into the best version of yourself. 1. Stop ignoring your intuition. If something deep inside you is pulling you toward a certain choice, listen to it. That's not just a random thought. It could be guidance from a parallel version of you who has already made that choice successfully. 2. Follow the signs. The more you acknowledge synchronicities, the stronger they become. The universe speaks in patterns. If you keep seeing the same numbers, hearing the same phrase, or getting the same feeling, take action. 3. Align with your highest self. Ask yourself, what would the best version of me do right now? Then start acting like that person. The more you embody that energy, the faster your reality will shift into alignment with it. Your reality is in your hands. Most people go through life blind to the messages from their parallel selves. But not you. Now you know. Now you see the truth. Now you have a choice. Ignore the signs and stay where you are, or embrace them and shift into the greatest version of you. This is your moment, your time to wake up. Because once you start listening, your reality will never be the same again. Engage with this power. Comment below. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a powerful déjà vu, strange synchronicities, or an unexplainable dream that felt like a message?